Hi everyone, it's good to see you all today. Let's start with introduction.
My name's Amar. I work as account manager with a UK convenience customer.
I'm Vanessa and I work in brand management. I look after our early childhood food, which is snacks and cereals.
I'm Ellie. I'm a senior national account manager. I also work with Amar, looking after the grocers.
Okay, and I'm Kemi. I am a senior brand manager. So let's dive straight into what we came to talk about. Parents feed their children in different ways. And I have memories, even though my children are grown now, of breastfeeding and other options that I chose. So let's talk about the different ways in which parents feed their children. Who would like to start first?
I can go first, actually.
Okay.
That's essentially we started off with breastfeeding, but we realised with her going back to work, we needed a solution that worked for both of us.
So I'm not a parent, but I'm at a really exciting stage of my life where friends and family are starting their journey and starting their own families, which is really nice just to see from a different perspective, especially sort of being in this industry or space. It's really interesting seeing how that actually impacts people that I know.
Yeah.
And so at this point, I'm just enjoying listening and like seeing how people's journeys are evolving and the complexities that they sort of experience on the way, and just sort of, yeah, it's an interesting conversation, isn't it? And it's so varied across so many people. It's what I'm learning.
Yeah, so I was saying you just never forget. I mean, my children are quite grown now, but I still think fondly of my first son. I had the intention to breastfeed from the start, and I didn't think about any alternatives. I was like, right, we're going to do this. And but when I gave birth in hospital after a challenging delivery and some other complications, it became apparent that I wasn't able to breastfeed at the time. So the healthcare professional spoke to me about introducing formula. So it's really interesting just to hear everyone's experiences, because it shows that there's different choices to be made sometimes. Do you feel like it's important to have the choice?
I think it's really important for parents and caregivers to have a choice, but saying that, sometimes it isn't a choice. Breastfeeding for some is just not something that they can do, and so formula plays a key role in that it's the first food that a child will have.
Yeah, I think it's just whatever works best for the parents, right? And what works best for the baby. That's the most important. There's so many different scenarios, so it's like, I guess it'll be relevant to each scenario, has a different answer.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I've always known that breastfeeding is best. I think also from a cultural point of view, for me, the expectation was to breastfeed. But it was quite powerful to know that I had alternatives if that wasn't working. And what I came to learn also, and obviously in my role now, is there's different types of formulas for different, situations, or different needs of babies. Where would parents find information that would help them make these decisions?
Well, I think the kind of first point of call would be your health visitor or your GP.
The main place I would always go, just to ensure peace of mind, was always the healthcare professional, and just making sure that's my first port of call where possible. So that's kind of how we did it in my household.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting you say that, because it makes me think about my role, and I'm really proud of what I do, because some of my responsibility is making sure that we have the right information on out there digitally for parents when they're making decisions about which formulas to use.
It's amazing to understand the amount of research that goes into it, the amount of experts that develop our products, even before you've got to the point of creating the packaging. All that work that's behind the scenes is incredible.
Yeah.
And I guess we have the really fun job of making sure that that message lands with customers. We obviously look after a certain part of that, like whether customers are shopping in supermarkets or if they're online shopping. I guess the fun part of our job is trying to make sure that that information translates in the right way, that it's educational and easy to interpret. There's so many different ages, stages, requirements at each age, that making sure that it's all accessible and displayed in a way that's easy to navigate and figure out is a big part of what we talk about, I guess, a lot of the time.
Absolutely. And even the research, when we look into understanding what parents are looking for, we make sure that, that goes into our product development, but also so that parents can navigate again and make sure that they're choosing the right products for them at that time.
Innovation is really important as well, isn't it? Because we always strive to do better and help
And do
parents.
what's right.
Yeah,
really.
do what's right.
We're constantly innovating and bringing new products to market, and we do a lot of research to understand what parents' needs are.
So you were talking about innovation. A lot of our work is trying to make sure that our range and our portfolio is fit for purpose. So we try to ensure that the range suits everybody, or there's a piece for everybody, because we know that people are managing budgets. It's probably more difficult than ever, and we're really conscious of that. And we know that people have to make choices. So we try to strive to make sure that there's a price point and a product that can fit everybody's budget. So we're constantly looking at, do we offer and can we offer bigger pack at better value so that people can manage budgets accordingly, or if there's on-the-go solutions.
Some of the challenges are that the supermarket shelves aren't expandable. That's something that we're often told by our customers. And it's, your point about bigger pack, better value, but also that trial size element.
We have to recognise our responsibility, I think, as a known brand that people would look to for reliable information. And I think that we hold ourselves to a really high standard, making sure that the information that we put out is accessible, thorough, grounded in research, science, and the backing that we have.
Working for Nestle, for me, has been a great journey. I'm really proud of what we do. I've had a few roles over the years, from roles where I'm engaging directly with healthcare professionals and providing them with the science, educating them about the science and our products, to roles where I'm more focused on providing information for the consumers. I've worked in the UK, and I've also worked in our headquarters in Switzerland, which is also really interesting because here we think about Nestle and what we do in the UK, but what Nestle does is actually global in countries all over the world. And I'm really proud to be a part of that because we're nurturing babies and we're supporting parents as well.
For me, it's just been so clear from being here and seeing people day to day, the conversations that we have, just the passion and the enthusiasm, and people just don't stop. Everybody wants to bring their best to the table. Everybody's challenging consistently to make sure that we develop and innovate to the best of our ability and bring everything to the market that we're capable of doing with the backing of science research that we have available, and maximising those resources. So I think that is just a common theme daily.
So when they go to the fixture and they're in the shop, they're finding things that they think, oh, actually, I never thought of this.
I guess from my point of view, a lot of what you guys have said resonates with me, but also I think it's just working for a business that's continuously striving to improve what we're doing, whether that's the product itself, whether it's what we're putting out there for parents, and just making sure we're doing right by the baby and the parents. So being a parent myself, I think it just makes me a lot more prouder knowing that I'm making a difference in someone's day-to-day. So yeah, and it's amazing just seeing continuous growth and improvement.
All of our products are designed by nutritionists and experts. There's so much behind it. And that's what makes me really passionate about working in this area.
It's been really great catching up with you, all our conversations, really interesting. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you, Kerry.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you. See you soon.
Good.